Feeling friends is this concept that I came up with laying in bed one night. I have all these close friends who have these wonderful stories that can help change the world, life experiences that can help other people believe in themselves, hold tight to their dreams and make their dreams reality. On Feeling Friends, we talk about God, we talk about love, relationships. I have celebrity friends, I have non-celebrity friends. I have church members, family members. But when you watch and listen to Feeling Friends, you will learn and you will laugh. It's a community of friends helping to build each other up. So tune in to Feeling Friends every Sunday on WHCR 90.3 FM, or you can catch me on YouTube at Feeling Friends Radio. All right, I'll see you there. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. What's up, everybody? It's me, Phil, and I'm back here live on air. Today, I got a special guest. I love this because I have celebrity friends and non-celebrity friends. Today, I got one of my celebrity friends live on air. So without further ado, I'm ready, Chris Belcher. But I believe he goes by Chris Drumz in the entertainment world. So here we go. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, Phil?
How you doing, man?
Man, doing good, man.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man. I'm just honored and happy to be here, be on your platform, man. You doing what I want to do, bro, for sure. I said this somebody who actually using a major, bro. Like he's actually using this major.
Well, actually, you know, I switched my major because I was a radio TV and I switched. I was like, they ain't make no money. And I'm PR, and I ain't never used my PR degree. But it's in that realm. You know what I mean? It's in the realm of entertainment, mass media.
Yeah, I switched my major twice, bro. That's why it took me 6.5 years to get out of Clark, bro. That's why, bro. What?
We gonna tell nobody else that. But you know what? You got out. That's all that matters.
I got out, bro. That's it. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Listen, well, I want to start from the beginning because I saw you a couple of weeks ago, and I saw him. I said, "Oh, I gotta get a video." And people who know me, I post everything online. Yeah. And he reshared the video, and I ain't never had so many entertainment people like request me as friends on Instagram. So I said, "This man has power." But you put in a lot of things. You have had a huge. I'm gonna let you tell people who you are. Let's tell people who you are.
Man, I just go by Chris, man. Chris Drumz. Was born in New York, man. Moved down here in about 1988. About 88. With my mom, my sister, and everybody. My dad, he stayed in New York, so I kind of had like the best of both worlds. So during the summertime, I would go to New York and spend time with him and get the New York culture, and then come back down here when the time go back to school. And so, you know, I was born, raised in College Park too. So, you know, I had to both.
College
Park. So. Went to Creekside High School, and so you know, I'm a musician, also CEO, entrepreneur. I have a nonprofit called Chris Drumz Foundation, where we're impacting generation communities through the spirit of music. And so through that, I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, they were really trying to take music out to schools and out the county and stuff. So I just made it my business to not wait for a check, not wait for a grant, but just making my business just to pour back into the music department in schools, especially in Fulton County. Because I remember, you know, you had when you had like the General Assembly with people come in, the African dancers come in and do all, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we had access to music. We used to sing in the choir, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. We had all that stuff growing up.
Yeah, all that stuff. So it was kind of like
bells, choir, band, all that stuff. Yeah,
all that, man. So I just felt like I just made it my business, making my mission that's what I wanted to do. So I just went to a bunch of different Fulton County schools, APS schools all over Georgia, and just start pouring back into kids, just telling them my story, giving my history and where I came from and how music inspired me. Not only how it inspired me, it helped me to make some money. You know what I mean? So people
how much money have you made?
Yeah, just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit, man. I spent a little bit, kept a little bit, spent a little bit. Yeah, so
well, you know, I want to talk about that because as a young person, when did you start playing the drums?
So let me tell you this, Phil. So I started playing drums about 7 years old. So the history of that is my grandmother, she is a senior pastor, founding pastor of the Ministry of New Life. So when she was pastoring, she used to, while she's getting up about to preach, she used to tell me to go over there and sit by the drums. And so I used to be at church, but before that, there was a guy named Everett King. I used to watch all the time, and he would just be playing. And so I was like, I used to go home and try to mimic everything that he tried to do. So That's how I got my start. It just playing in church, man, and that led me to start playing in high school bands and band director, and he's a celebrity as well, Mr. Dr. James Patterson. He scouted me out when I was in high school, when I went to Creekside High School. So I was in the jazz orchestra and the marching band and all this stuff. So he scouted me out. I was like, man, I got a scholarship for you when you get to Clark. So I was like, oh, bet.
James Patterson was at Clark?
James Patterson, yep, James Patterson. He is the only director, that's jazz orchestra director at Clark. So he's been there since CAU's beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who was that one bad guy? He passed away, but he was over the drum majors. He was over Mr.
Yeah. I definitely, yes, sir. So
okay,
he was Clark, he was Clark's first drum major. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to love him as a kid. He was a great guy.
Yes, sir. Let's
talk about how music changed your life. I think you grew up in the church.
So
how did it change your life?
So it kind of and I thank God I did grow up in the church. I had the spiritual background that I did, because playing drums and being a musician is not just a physical thing, a musical thing, but it's a spiritual thing as well. And so you're able to learn how to play, not just naturally, but play prophetically, if you will. You know what I mean? And so you're able to discern that your left ear want to say, hey, I want to play this. This sounds good. But your right ear is saying, God is telling you to play with it. He wants you to play. And you have to play. And there's different atmospheres. Just by playing, you set different atmospheres. And I learned that just by being in church, the power of music, the power of the drums. You go into church, and if the music ain't right, the spirit ain't moving. You know what I mean? And so as a musician, you had to be built up spiritually, musically, just to get through these services, because especially playing at an apostolic deliverance ministry, it's with all kind of stuff going on and spiritual stuff going on. So it's like you got to learn how to play in the spirit. It ain't none of this club stuff or none of this. I play for Mary J. Blige. You finna take what you did over there and put it in church. It's not gonna work.
Don't you bring that world. I know your granny be like, don't you bring that world.
Yeah, don't you bring that in. But the thing about it is you can take what you did at church and the spirit and input, and you could take, it transfer. Because people come up after the show. You play at church, don't you? Yes, man. Yeah. I know it. I can tell.
You can just tell.
Yeah, man. And it's spiritual. It just carries on. So I just thank God that, and I'm still at church. I'm a sister pastor at the same church that my that my grandmother founded. So I'm still there. I'm still playing.
Come check y'all out down there in Atlanta.
Check us out, bro. 4560 Road, Atlanta, Georgia, Southwest. Yeah, we're here every Sunday at 11:30. So come check us out.
Absolutely.
But
you see that in the way you move. But I want to talk about that in the industry. How do you take the concept of God over to the world? Because I'm in entertainment, you're in entertainment, it's a whole different world. And we see it now with all this stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Who you are is still minister without being what they call a Bible thumper.
You know what, Phil? You have to be authentic, brother. You got to be authentic, man. And also it doesn't come with, you professing and just, oh, God is, but just being, you just let naturally, just how you treat people, how you talk, how you, how you operate. People can see God in you and be like, man, there's something special about you, how you carry yourself. So, and it comes out even in your playing. You know what I mean? You got to have a real relationship because there's a spiritual conversation when you playing this music. There's a conversation that you have, and not just with the crowd, but you also having with God, and the people can see that. You know what I mean? And that's what they drawn to, what we call the anointing. That's what people drawn to. But a lot of musicians, they would take that and have their ego stroke and be real cocky and use it for their own vain, whatever they want to do it for. That's how
that's a wrong road to go down.
Yeah. Especially, you get the notation musicians are hoes, and
they are. A lot of entertainers.
Yeah.
We got issues. I don't have, people got issues, and I think that it's about like you said, it's about the walk. You can sit down with somebody, they doing all kind of stuff, but you can still talk about who, like we're talking now. And it's like, there's something about you. And you're the second person today to talk about authenticity and being yourself, and how that'll take you to different places that other people can't go.
And also, Phil, you got to have accountability, man. You got to have somebody in your corner, like your pastor, your brother, or anybody, to be like, bro, that's not you. You know what I mean? This is you, and stay in your lane. So you got to have accountability, which gives you a spirit of correction, or a spirit of saying like, okay, it's only, I'm not finna cross those boundaries. You know what I mean? That's not me. So, you know, it gives you that standard. You know what I mean? To where certain things you won't dive into, to where other things you will. You know.
Right, and let's talk about more accountability. And you got to excuse. I'm in Harlem, so you hear the ambulance.
Where you in Harlem?
I'm in Harlem. You know, when you talk about this accountability, what about mentors in your life? Have you had the mentors to help lead you in the entertainment industry to where you are today?
Absolutely. And you know what? And I thank God for Clark County University, because all of, if not 99.9% of what I do and the movies I've been in, the people I play for, is because of Clark Atlanta University. And my mentor, like you said, Dr. James H. Patterson. Half the stuff that's on my resume that you read is because I was in the jazz orchestra.
Well, they haven't read it. Well, I put it online. Tell us about your resume, because the resume is deep. I mean, you went back to like 1800s. How long you been around?
Right. So that's why I'm like, man, let me try to correct.
No, but it's perfect though. I had no idea. I mean, I've seen you on TV a couple of times. Oh, that's so and so. So tell about those people that you worked with.
Yeah, so because of the Clark University Jazz Orchestra, they have played for numerous of people. So to be a part of that that band, that orchestra, that legacy, you get to play for different people that you wouldn't normally, you know, be playing for. Like you were playing for the Trumpet Awards, playing for the Soul Train Award. That's how they play for R. Kelly and different people like that.
Him in the show, though.
Right. Oh man, come on, I got an R. Kelly story. Come on.
But R. Kelly play. Listen, I know he had his faults. We can't judge people, but he's a huge person in the music industry.
Yeah,
in the industry, he's a huge. I mean, he's written for everybody.
Huge, man. And I got an R. Kelly story, man. I'm gonna tell you that later.
You can't tell us now. People want to hear you.
Oh yeah. So let me tell you. So Mr. Patterson and Jazz Orchestra, we get booked to be the orchestra for R. Kelly for the Soul Train Awards. He's opening up for the Soul Train Awards, right? So Mr. Patterson, he always gets these calls. So we go down there to the studio for rehearsal, right? And so he's the opening act, but we have a rehearsal. And so this is my first time to actually get to see how it's really supposed to be done on a professional level. So the band, they are rehearsing, and this is the single "When a Woman Loves."
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So they rehearsing. So he comes in. The band, he's not even there yet. The band, they just keep on going on the same song. I said, okay, this is how you do. You do the same stuff 100 times, so you just, nobody messes up no more. You do it in your sleep. And so Hicker R. Kelly, he comes in, you know, he got a little entourage when he comes in. Regular looking dude, cool dude, look like he had his basketball gear on, little hoodie and stuff. Regular dude, come in, And so, but before he comes in, I'm looking at the dressing rooms. I see a different dressing room. I see R. Kelly dressing room. So I just take a peek in. And I'm like, oh, this is R. Kelly dressing room. But I look on the counter and I see Lil Mac airbrush spray. And I said, hold on, wait a minute. Like, got an airbrush spray for Mac? This can't be R. Kelly room. Yeah. Can't be his room. So later on, he goes and changes the dressing room. He comes out, man, this man is a totally different.
He looked totally different.
Bro, they done sprayed him, bro. They done sprayed him, man. Look like, oh, man.
But you a kid. You young.
It's Hollywood. Okay, yeah. But
yeah, it's Hollywood. Yeah. He needs makeup. Hollywood. You got to look good on camera. That's what.
Yeah, you got to look good on camera, man. Look, just take the little oil off my face, man. You ain't got to put no foundation on me, man. Come on.
What other stories do you have about entertainers that you work with? And what's one of your most memorable moments?
Memorable moment. Let's see. One of my favorite entertainers to play for, T.I.
I love it.
Yeah.
He used to walk on campus sometimes.
Yeah, man. So if you look at my Instagram, I play for a lot of his stuff. Like when Trap Museum opened up. Yeah, we played for that. We played for his opening when the Dime Trap came and he did it at the Trap Museum. We played for that. The anniversary, Seller's anniversary of the Dime Trap. We played for just numerous of stuff. So I've gotten to know one of my partners from Philly. He takes pictures of gifted talents. I don't know if you see him on Instagram, but it's gifted talents. got cool with him, man, because you know he does all the tips, videos, pictures, and everything. So he got a little YouTube channel as well. So man, I just actually met him in person. Was like, man, cool. So you know, me and him chopped it up, and then you know he put me in the circle with Tip, and so we all just kicking it, man, doing extracurricular activities, you know. So you know, I get home, I'm like, whoa, what's going I said, oh man, what's going on? I said, you know what? I got some. I said, man, next time I see Tip, when I see them, I said, man, I got something for him. And so when I park in the parking deck, and Tip come out, and we all in the circle, and I try to go get the stuff from my car, but guess what? I go to the car and I got a boot on my car, man. So by the time I try to go get my car,
they put a boot on your car in the parking deck.
Yeah, I put my car in the parking deck, and got the boot. And you know, by the time I'm trying to get the boot off and rush back so I can go be with the circle, everybody gone. I'm like, man,
that was God's protection because you didn't need to go wherever they was going.
I didn't know they was going. But man, I had some crazy moments with, man, different celebrities, man. Just especially being on set. Yeah. I did the Respect with Jennifer Hudson as well.
Yeah, that was a very good movie. Very good movie.
That was a very good movie. Very good movie.
Very well done.
Yeah, very good movie. I got a story about that too, man. We went overtime. We went overtime on the set, and this separates you from principal role from special background role. I was a special background role. This principal role. So
do you have your SAG card? You got your SAG card and everything? You got
man, the everything, card? Man. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. If you ain't on that sheet, hey, it didn't matter. So man, it got late. Now they fed us well, man. You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. But it ran late, so everybody got hungry. So I see these hot dogs and stuff coming out and being grilled and being brought to the actors and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm finna get me a hot dog, man. They go, they said, "Sir, you principal role?" I said, "No, these hot dogs are for principal." A hot dog, man. A hot dog.
Yeah, that craft service is something else, ain't it?
Oh yeah, I said, man, I'll never do background again, bro.
I know, right? I did. My first background was Tyler Perry, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I started acting.
Okay.
That was my first role, and I'm supposed to be in the front. Like y'all got me in the front.
Yeah.
And then they moved. I was laughing because it was so funny. And they moved me to the back. I'm like, this is great. So I had to eat with the background people, not the front. Yeah, I did that again. I always got lead role after that.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing with Tyler Perry, man. He I think it was the half of the have nots or something like that. Man, he show up on set. We show up on set 7 o'clock. He don't see us until 7 p.m. I'm like, what? I'm like, I said, oh yeah, that's enough. Then he touched my back, so I got a little lawsuit going against that.
Listen, let's talk about it. This is crazy.
So he touched me, man. Right here, he touched me.
The standpoint of this is all fun, right? This is really good. You have a great story, but there is another side of the entertainment industry that people don't know about. Yeah. And I want to just tell the young people who really, because we went to Clark recently, and everybody wants to be on TV, but they have no idea. This is not an easy industry. It's not an easy thing to be a part of. You're gonna have some hungry days. You're gonna have some days you might get evicted. So talk about that real aspect of the entertainment industry and how you overcame some difficult times.
I'm glad
what you have to do to make it happen.
I'm glad you brought that out, Phil, because as a young musician, I had to realize. So I graduated once I got my degree from Clark. Got my degree in 2010. I was like, man, I'm done with school. I just want to do full-time music. School was holding me back. These classes holding me back. Boom, boom, boom.
At 21, we always saying that, right?
Yeah, always saying that. I couldn't wait to get out, man. I'm like, it's too long. The refund checks that ran out. It's too long. So graduated and I went on tour with Drumline Live. So after the Drumline movie came out, they made a theatrical play from it, stage play. So I was on tour with that for a couple of months, and man, I just realized that after doing that for years and being a full-time musician for years, I was like, man, it's just enough to, you're gonna have them good days and bad days. Like, you're not gonna be a millionaire for this. It's gonna take some work. So I said, one of my mentors, he said, man, it takes 7 streams of income to become a millionaire.
Absolutely.
I said, you're right. I said, you're absolutely right. So that's when I started expanding my mind and started my nonprofit foundation. I started Chris Drumz Foundation. I started Chris Drumz LLC. I started getting into not just gigging and playing for different celebrities, but to start doing the movie stuff, because I saw it's a totally different tax bracket from playing behind the artist than playing behind the camera, you know. So one of my first
is that better behind the camera?
Oh man, what?
Is it? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And then start getting residuals from it. So when I did Drumline 2, that's actually me playing it. I'm pantomiming, you know, for the camera, but the audio is actually me. Yes, so I had to go in the studio. We had to go in the studio and actually had to lay down. So that gives you royalty. So now, you know, you see a different side of the music industry that you as a musician. You know, not just playing.
Let's talk about that too. Let's talk about actually owning as a musician, the importance of owning your own rights. And that's a big thing, right? That's a big thing in the music industry about owning
your own rights. Yeah,
know the importance of that and what they need to do, especially young people when they get into this industry.
Yeah. So especially if you're an artist or you're a singer, anything like that, man. If you're not, if you're not producing your own stuff, if you're not writing your own stuff, and you just want to sing a song and perform, and you just gonna get your show money. You're not gonna get a lot of points on the song that you sing. And the people, producers, they get at least half, 50% of the song. The producer gets half, and the writer probably gets the other, you know, the other half, depending on whatever they work out with the artist. You know, that's why they mad at Diddy, because Diddy came in and I said he needs 25% and didn't write nothing.
And that's what, so you have like a singer like Whitney Houston, she would just be singing, but the Dolly Parton will get the majority of the money. And she
get the majority of the money.
Even in death, Dolly is getting money off of Whitney's I Will Always Love You, right? So
exactly. So you got to know, you have to expand yourself that, hey, you know, you might need to start producing your stuff. You might need to start writing your stuff. That's why I switched my major. I was a music major for like 2.5 years, bro. Really? I was almost out of there. And I switched it to film, mass media arts, concentration in film. And so, yeah, I was like, I needed to know all aspects of the film industry, all aspects of the music industry. So, you know, I know how to do stuff. I know how to edit my own music videos. I know how to tell everybody what job they need to do. You know what I mean? Because I'm educated in that area. So I just feel like it's highly important to know the music industry. Otherwise, you get taken advantage of so many times. And
what's the importance of two for you? You have a college degree. I have a college degree. It was very important. My parents, they say I wanted to be an actor. Like I'm gonna be famous.
Yeah,
went to school.
Yeah,
so what's the importance of that? Actually going to school to get your education, and then being able, because now we live in a different world. Because when we were growing up, we could have been on TV while we were in school, but we didn't have those options. Now they can do it simultaneously. But what's the importance of actually getting that degree and going forth? Like, what do you think about that?
And that's one of the reasons why I went back and got my master's degree in social work from the Whitney M. Young School of Social Work. Yeah, so family and children therapy. I went back and got my master's in 2014. So I did a 3-year program.
Okay.
And so I did that because of my nonprofit that I have. I needed it kind of, I wanted to have some kind of backing, you know, so it's not just a person that just started just a nonprofit for kids or for the community, but he actually went to school and got educated and did research about the community that he was serving. And so I just think it's definitely important to go back to school, but also not just going to school and graduating and get an education. If you haven't done any kind of network while you was at school, man,
that makes a difference.
It's highly important because it's people who and I even experienced on a personal level that you can have a master's degree and still be unemployed.
Yeah, but it's all about, man, let me tell you, even my life, it's about who you know. If you don't know
about who you know, Phil.
It's about somebody, because they used to have this thing on campus, it's about your net, is your net worth? I don't know, but it's about networking.
The network, your network is your net worth. Yes, sir.
Right,
yes.
Exactly. That's what it is. And so you have to be able to say, hey, I need to call somebody. People call me now. They're like, Phil, can you call somebody, give me a job? And I do, but it's the relationships.
It's the relationship.
And what's important too, you know, in this industry of entertainment, you can't burn bridges.
You
may not like somebody. How do you deal with that? Like, you know, you burn me, but I'm not going to really deal with you. I'm just going to how do you deal with that?
Man, you got to bite your tongue. You got to learn how to bite your tongue.
Yeah.
It's been plenty of situations to where I just could have just been on a raw, you know, you go on Instagram, Facebook, man, you don't have to do all that because it's definitely a small world. So your integrity is everything. Your face card is everything. So you don't want to be the person that's known to just going off on a tangent, going to the car and getting the pistol because you mad because they didn't pay you all your money and all, you know what I mean? So
that happens a lot.
It happens a lot, bro. Yeah. It happens a lot. So you just got to know, hey, who to play for, who not to play with, you know.
You gotta be like Aretha. I need my money before I hit this stage.
Before you hit it, bro.
I need my money.
My uncle taught me that, man. He's a road manager and managing with Jay Holiday. He taught me, he said, man, before they even pull up, but you get half up front. And then you get half when you get to the door. You don't wait. And that's what I do, but you don't wait and set up your instruments and then play half the set, half the night, and then asking for your money. You done gave your gift away already. Yeah, so they don't have to do nothing now.
What you gonna do? You gonna shoot me?
I'm gonna get it in blood.
Back in the old school, you might get shot, but this day, but so it's all about doing people right. But what I have learned about those people is that karma always get them. You reap what you sow.
That's right.
They don't last long in the industry because word of mouth is crazy. Let's talk about being a father. You have kids.
Yeah.
What is the importance of just being a strong Black father and being visible in your children's lives? And I want to speak to brothers that are like not doing what they're supposed to do. How do we help encourage them?
Man, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. I feel you're not gonna always get it right all the time. It's a learning experience, and that's why you can't judge. I can't judge my father. You know what I mean? And nobody can judge it because they did the best they can with what they had.
Yeah,
you know. And so, it's easy for me to be a father to my children because I don't have that judgment on my father. Like, why you didn't stay with my mama? Why you left? You know, so it's about like my father is still here. He's still present. I have a godfather who passed away. And so that put things into perspective with still having your parents here, that you just appreciate the time that they're here and get whatever nuggets and whatever jewels and whatever time you can spend, because you can get the money, but you can't get time. You can't get that time back. Yeah. So it puts things in perspective about me being a father is I'm grateful every time I can make it home, Phil. And that's the truth, man. The goal of the day is not to be, I want to be a millionaire and have the nice stuff, but man, the ultimate goal, because I have children, is to make it back home because they need you. They need you more than ever. So being a father, it make you second think. It makes you really die to yourself because, you know, you can be on the highway and arguing with somebody and be like, man, you got kids. You might want to chill out. You know what I mean? You don't want
crazy.
You think twice about crashing out, Phil. It makes you think twice about it, you know. So you got kids to live for and you want to be there for them. So it make you tuck your tail and make you, you know, bite your lip a little bit and keep going, you know, for the ultimate goal. So I just feel like even scripture says, man, a wise man builds up for his grandchildren, his children's children, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do, is put things in perspective on the business wise, but they don't have to fill out a job application, man. Their family business is already set up for them. All I got to do is carry it out. So
absolutely. And the wisdom you get or giving them is going to carry them for generations and teach their children to be a man of God.
Absolutely.
This has been a great show, man.
Man, for sure.
I want you to leave the audience with the final thoughts. What would you have to say to just encourage somebody today? All right, I'm gonna step away and I want you to talk to the audience for me.
Man, one thing I could take, I can give out is anything that you're trying to accomplish, anything that you're trying to do in this world, in this particular heavenly realm, write it down first. Most of the things that I have right now is because of the things that I have written down in prayer. And I have realized I have started to check all those things off, from the school I wanted to go to the car I wanted, to the house I wanted, to the type of lifestyle I wanted, to the celebrities I wanted to play for, to the movies I wanted to be in. All that came from me taking that first step and writing that vision down. So I would just admonish the viewers is, you have thoughts and you have ideas and goals and dreams in your mind, start writing those things down. And while you're writing them down, man, God is going to show you, because of your act of faith, you know, he's going to manifest those things, because I've seen it for myself, you know, by just writing that stuff down, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Write your vision, make it plain. Hold tight for me. Thank you so much. This is a great show, man.
Yeah, you got to invite me back, man. Invite me back. We're
going to do something live in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, let's do
it. To get in contact with you, and then I want to put your booking information at the bottom. Tell me how to get in contact. I know they want to hire you, because you have a 17-piece band as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orchestra the whole nine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you can reach me at chrisdrumz.org. So that's Chris Drumz, CHRISDRUMZ.org. You can also reach me at Facebook at Belcher Drums. So that's BELCEHER DRUMZ. And that's all on all platforms. So I used to have the chrisdrumz.com, but somebody stole it and made it into an adult site. So don't go there.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
I had to, bro.
Somebody gonna go. Please don't go there.
Please don't go there. So I had to change dot. It's not .com. It's .org now. So.
.org. Okay.
Yeah, it's .org.
Thank you, Chris, man. Hold tight in the green room, all right?
For sure.
We thank Chris for coming on. What a great show. Listen, go follow him. Hire him. He's a great guy. We appreciate it. And remember what he said. Put God first. Write it down. Make it plain. And start to check it off and watch God bless you. This is Phil and Friends. I'll see you next time right here on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.